Welcome to part 60 of Final Fantasy 15. You hear that, folks? Do you hear that? Well, that is the sound of no loud humming or I finally got my cooling pad, ladies and gents. And where we last left off, we ended chapter 8, where I stayed up a long time. And I'm going to keep this photo, by the way, before we finally bid farewell to chapter 8. So now, chapter 9, we're basically going to be traveling over to Altissia. And 9, if you haven't gotten anything done by now, 9 is your last chance to do it. Because there is a way for you to go back in time and get everything you need done. And it would be in your best interest to do whatever you need to do now. Get as much stuff done as you can if you have the level for it. Because once you get through the events of 9, there is no turning back. You are shoehorned straight to the end of the game. Because chapters 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14 are going to all blaze through until you finally reach chapter 15. And that's pretty much all that needs to be said. It's probably going to be a little bit longer, folks. But we're pretty much at the halfway point of the game. And yeah, how does it start off? With a boat ride. I think I might want to stay silent for this one until everyone stops talking.
The wedding day arrives, but alas, without the bride. Of course, we've come for the Hydrian, and you've gone to such lengths to prepare.
Merely my duty.
Ah, but for an outsider to lead the Imperial army must be a battle in and of itself. You've spoken to Lady Lunafreya.
No.
That obstinate secretary, standing in the way, while you rush off to slay the Hydrian for your poor sister's sake. I know the price of the Covenant.
Just for the record, if things are out of sync, just let me know in the comments, because it looks like it's out of sync in the post-recording.
You know, I've always wanted to go sailing like this.
Not many opportunities living in Insomnia.
Out here, it's just us and the horizon. It's amazing. It's life-changing.
We've quite a ways to go until we reach Altissia, so keep gushing to your heart's content.
When we step off the boat, we'll be in a foreign country.
The anticipation alone is a foreign sensation.
Then to think this is where we were headed to begin with.
We've been through a lot.
And there's still more to come.
So next on the docket is Leviathan.
What sort of deity are we dealing with?
A serpent said to embody the roar and rage of the sea.
We'll have to see for ourselves. Can't let Lady Lunafreya do all the heavy lifting. You must be so psyched to see her.
Luna?
Yeah.
Well, we need to make sure she's alright before anything else.
Indeed, her well-being is top priority.
Don't like this going down on Imperial turf.
You think Lady Lunafreya's in danger there?
The Empire did invade Lucis for the ring. I have no faith their ruthless ambitions will stop short of harming the Oracle.
Without the ring, the crystal's no more than a rock.
I suppose. Does anyone know how Lady Lunafreya came to have the ring?
It seems likely His Majesty entrusted it to her safekeeping back at the Crown City.
So she's held onto it this whole time. all the way to Altissia.
The ring is important, and so is Leviathan. But Luna comes first.
You know, I was thinking back to our encounter with Ravus. Do you recall an apparatus in place of his arm?
Yeah, I remember.
Seems he lost his old one in the invasion. But in its place, he seems to have acquired new power.
Power?
That would help explain how a son of Tenebrae suddenly came to command Niflheim's army.
Now that you mention it, his strength did seem sort of supernatural. I just chalked it up to the Oracle lineage.
His ancestry may be part of it, but that alone wouldn't account for his freakish strength.
I wonder what could have happened to him.
There's a disturbing rumor about Lord Ravus has taken to brandishing His Majesty's sword.
My dad's.
Then what's the big idea behind that?
That his power's the same as the power of kings?
I cannot say for sure, but I have my doubts. Ravus wears the sword, yet doesn't wield it.
For all his newfound powers, he's still the Chancellor's lapdog, holding on to the enemy king's sword like some badge of honor.
It might help if we knew what he was after.
Who can say?
What are the odds the Empire will crash the pool party with Leviathan?
Consider it a guarantee. They felled a god to prevent Noct from receiving his blessing. They'll do so again.
But we beat him to the big guy. Thanks to our friendly guide.
Never know which way that one's gonna move next.
The Chancellor has an agenda all his own.
Sometimes it helps, like when he called off his army and let us escape.
But he was still a creep about it.
Well, it feels like he's only helping us because he wants something. I just don't know what.
Reckon we'll see him again?
Certainly hope not.
Not your type?
No love lost for phonies.
As Gladio said, his actions are motivated not by altruism, but by self-interest. And when he does come to our aid, I see only condescension in his eyes.
Yeah, can't argue with that.
Ever think you think too much?
Sometimes, but it's always preferable to the alternative.
Are we there yet?
Well, didn't you say you always wanted to go sailing?
Yeah, but all this ocean gets kind of bland after a while.
Last time I checked, it was amazing and life-changing.
So, soon you'll have your old man's ring back.
Yeah, when we arrive in Altissia.
Good thing. To him, it was his heritage.
Is that what my dad said?
Carrying a royal line ain't a task to be taken lightly. For a small thing, that ring can sure weigh heavy. After he became king, I only ever saw his face in the paper.
Wait, weren't you at the coronation?
No, I was long gone from the city.
You must have been invited at least.
Had a falling out of sorts with your old man. Right at the end of the trip.
You did?
I was given to understand you stayed in touch.
We buried the hatchet years later, but never talked face to face again. Should have paid a visit while I had the chance. Well, no use dwelling on it now. Got the regalia in the hold, but y'all gonna stay in Altissia for a good while, right?
Yes, we believe so.
In that case, I'll tune her up for y'all. Not that I'll have much to do, though. Well, with Cindy looking after the old girl.
If you say she's good, she must be great.
She was never afraid of hard work. Heaven knows she had a hard childhood.
A hard childhood.
He means her parents.
Lost them both when she was little. Was big enough to understand, though. And to hurt. But you wouldn't guess that, seeing her now.
Not at all. She's always so cheerful.
Well, that ought to tell you how far she's come.
Now, you must have seen your fair share of Altissia by now.
Yeah, only done been the once. Stayed a good while, though.
What's it like?
Big old city.
Big. Okay.
Well, it ain't the crown city.
Different. Got it.
You'll see for yourself. Foreign lands seldom lend themselves to trite explanations.
Change of scenery ought to do you good.
Well, I'm all talked out. Can't be far to Altissia now, right?
We'll be there in no time. Nice having the wind at our backs.
Lodgings are our first order of business.
Magoo, or Mago, that's the one.
Nice.
You can count on Old West. He'll chew your ears off.
The government issued a statement promising that the reasons behind awakening the Hydrian would be clarified in the ceremonial address.
Got a signal.
Delivering the address will be Lady Lunafreya, who was previously reported dead. This will mark her first public appearance since the violence that befell the signing ceremony.
Lady Lunafreya's gonna give a speech?
Sounds like it.
Lord knows. This world could use some wisdom.
Won't be much longer now, Noct.
Yeah.
Does this vessel have an entry permit?
Entry permit?
Relax. I got one. Here.
That's as old as they get. Seems in order. You may pass.
Prepared in advance.
Could say that. 30-odd years ago.
That's what the guy meant by old.
Lucky us, huh?
That could have ended badly.
And we are back in this gorgeous town. This time not for a Chocobo Festival. Instead, we are here to finally go to meet Lunafreya and actually take part in summoning the Hydrian, among other things. But the other main focus is basically the side quests that are here. Now, Altissia is going to be a hub world, but I warn you now, Altissia is the most expensive place in the game. So much so that everything here is very pricey. So now we're going to have to go through, well,
Sir,
customs.
Of your visit? Purpose, Ignis, a little help?
Utterly hopeless. We are scholars of the culinary arts, and we've come to study the renowned cuisine of your fair nation.
Is that so? I wish you an enlightening stay.
Another one you owe me.
Ah, Ignis, never lose that dry wit. Anyway, once we step forward in the city, well, this will be where Sid part ways with us.
You want to check Wescom's place out?
Yeah, let's all go to Mago.
Perhaps we'll even make it in time for tea.
And we'd better start looking now.
Granted, we're not doing that now, because I know where it is. It's actually going to be a gondola ride to get there. Yeah, that's the thing. You're going to have to take gondolas throughout the entirety of this city. Oh, by the way, there was a new update patch that hit Final Fantasy 15.
What about it?
There was a lot of things that was changed. Among them, Vive's reward for the mission here in Altissia. It used to be 100,000. Now, it's only 25 grand. That is a dick move, because we need all the money we can get from getting the best stuff here in Altissia. But that's not all that was added here also.
Extending the exhibit for Lady Lunafreya's wedding dress. The Vivian Westwood? But wasn't that a memorial for her passing? Well, now it's a memorial for her safe return. Let's go see it while we still can.
Oh, could that be the dress we read about in the papers?
Doubtless. The designer's name is the same.
Want to check it out?
That depends on the groom. Might still be a sore spot. What with his wedding getting called off?
Who says we can't call it back on? It can still happen.
True enough. Let's keep an eye out for it.
And this is the new quest, which unlike any other quest, doesn't even have a marker on it. Even if you activate it right here and then, there is no marker. You have to actually follow the people.
Feel free to browse at your leisure.
Oh, by the way, you thought I was kidding when I said that most of the stuff is expensive here in Altissia. These are all equipments that we could use. However, they're extremely expensive. And also, in order for us to find the dress, we'll have to listen to verbal clues. Letting you all know right now, that and also any other mission that I plan on doing is going to be in part 61.
Be up these stairs. It's farther than I thought.
So yeah, just take your time exploring the sights. Just enjoy the view, because after chapter 9 it won't be here for too much more longer, and I won't get into any much details unless you've already seen let's plays of this on YouTube. Then you will already know that what'll happen to it. I'm just practically wandering around and exploring, because there are lots of places to visit. It's just the fact that this town is just as short as it was during the Chocobo festival. And
take a look at this.
You would think that this would be the area for the dress, but it's not. Certainly not the area for the Chocobo that happens to be in the vicinity.
Flavor of the day is...
Now then, there is that particular area down there. And that area actually is of importance, and so is this Senate area here too.
Excuse me, could you...
I'll make sure to do however many side quests I can do before I actually
brace yourself for the
go to the Senate and complete chapter 9.
That's to be expected. Thank you.
She's a big deal.
Big? Think you mean huge?
Anyway, the only reason why I'm taking deep breaths is because my nose is stuffed up, and had been for the last couple of days. And I apologize for this. I sound like a radio DJ because have like a stuffy nose, but that's how it works whenever I get some sort of like seasonal flu or something like that. Oh, by the way, this place was closed off and all the elements were taken out. Now that the Chocobo Festival is over with, you can just take all the elements here. Alarm clock of doom. You never cease to fail. But you can find water, lightning... No, wait, not water. I meant ice, sorry. Lightning and fire down in that shaft over there. But where that guard was standing actually just so happens to be where we had to go if we found Magaho and actually reported the... or accepted the quest for, Vive. And I do believe there's also another photo opportunity here too. But that actually is going to be off screen because you'll end up mandatorily running into it while you're trying to look for Magaho anyway.
Yep, same street as the estate.
Seems we're on the right track.
Yeah, these guys will give you clues of where the dress will be, and it would be a lot better if that dress actually had a marker. It really would have, because they gave GPS marker. Sorry, I had to think about it. They had given us a GPS marker for every other thing. They decided not to do that for this, and this is a brand new mission, by the way. That's really aggravating. Oh yeah, that boat actually leads to the marketplace. No, not the marketplace. It actually leads to the stadium, if you could believe that. There are other gondolas here, and you could take whatever gondola you need over to Magaho's. Well, not to Magaho's, but around certain points of the city. And I accidentally went the wrong way. But there was some other place that I was actually looking for. One of great importance. And I probably haven't found it yet because I didn't think about it. But actually, I was trying to find... Hold on. Where was it?
Twilight. Yeah.
Where was it?
I'm lonely about it too.
Actually, I was trying to find the hotel so that if I happen to want to go back in time, I could actually find Umbra to do that with. But in order for me to do that, I have to find the hotel first, and I got lost.
Bit steep for sweets. Could go for a taste though.
Now, I don't seem to think that there's any recipes here that you can read off of and actually have Ignis learn, but I do think that there is a place that actually has recipes that is for sale. I forgot what stand it was. There are several shopping stands here. I should be able to remember which one, but, well, it's not off the top of my head right now. And sadly, I can't warp strike. That's the only terrible thing about actually not being in the Chocobo Festival. Not being able to warp strike. And it is getting into nighttime. One thing is clear though. You don't have to worry about demons. Oh no, this place is heavily lit. However, demons will only appear if you hunt for them. That's the good thing about this place. And no, screw that thing. Do not want. Do not want.
Making wishes, throwing stuff. Count me in.
Oh, we have another shopping center. Oh,
See you around.
those horns is for, like, monster companions that you may happen to bring along with you. I'm not sure what that's for, but okay. And I think there's another stall around here somewhere. Yeah. I don't know what that is for.
Pretty cool, huh?
But there are several stalls out here, one of which happens to be a weapon stall. Or, I think it was a, armor stall? I'm not sure.
Where are we off to?
Oh, this was actually from the, this was actually from somewhere else. I actually managed to make it here to the stadium inadvertently. Without the, gondola. I have a lot of uhs here, because I'm trying to think of what I was trying to say.
We need a ride back.
And, yeah, that's exactly where that goes. And somehow I managed to inadvertently stumble upon the, Coliseum the arena long before I actually needed to go there. And these guys are still talking about the dress. I'll worry about the dress when I get to it. But this town has a lot of places to explore, provided you actually ride a gondola to get to those areas. Oh, and there's a fishing spot here. Yeah, it would be in your best interest, like, if you want to try to finish up the game. Well, if you don't want to finish up the game too quickly, to fish here. You'll get some really good stuff. Ah, there's the hotel. I can't believe I passed it up.
Tiana.
Ahead lies a future uncertain, yet sure is the astral memory, wherein the king may walk.
thanks to us meeting Giltiana and Umbra here, now we can take Umbra and go back to the past. It'll actually return us to where we last went and slept for the night. You can't really call Umbra at campsites. You can only call for Umbra at,
let me look up the nearest stop.
I do believe, inns and hotels. Because I'm not sure about the campsite thing, don't hold me to that, but the inns and hotels, you can definitely do so. And whatever experience you have from where you were here in Altissia, it will carry over to back in the past, where you can accumulate that with whatever experience you had going into Altissia. And one other thing that needs to be mentioned, if you rent a Chocobo, when you use Umbra, it's going to return back to its post when you come back here to Altissia or any other spot past chapter 15, because you won't be able to use Umbra again until that point. So we might as well just call on Umbra right now. Show it off to see what it does. Or just take a nap and try to make sure the day pass and stuff of that nature. Yeah.
Hey, this one's
So, I wanted to show off Umbra. Well, I'm going to anyway. Oh, by the way, Prompto's almost at level 9. I mean, no, actually, he's almost at level 10. Oh, crap.
I know. I dig it too.
Needless to say, Prompto being at level 10 just speaks volumes at how quickly he levels up his skills. Even though his skills is going to level up whatever you do, wherever you go, that's like the only skill that levels up first. So let's go on ahead and call on Umbra yet again. Oh, by the way, this is the guy with the 3 times experience. Granted, it costs 300,000 gil. Still, 3 times experience is not a bad deal. So, if you want to go back to the past, talk to Umbra, and he will send you there. And once the past has been... Once you go back to the past, whatever you had... Well, wherever you were last in the past, that's where you're going to be. However, things are a little bit different because of the fact that we bypassed Chapter 8 now and started in Chapter 9. There's a quest that has opened up. One that I probably will ignore. Well, the hunt anyway, for the time being. Because I want to make sure I complete everything before I deal with that hunt. One thing is clear though. If you happen to have a weapon with Sid, I'm not sure if it'll lock you out if you come back here or not. But if it does, it's a glitch, and it tends to happen a lot to people. Like you're waiting for your weapon to be done, and it isn't. Because you went to Altissia, some sort of things like that. So, seeing as how we did reach Altissia, now we have an unexpected quest. So, once the loading screen finishes, I'm going to cut off for a few seconds and let Cindy tell us what's going on. In about 5 seconds.
Howdy, Prince. Do you mind swinging by the garage for a hot minute? We've been experiencing some awful strange shakes back here in Leide. The hunters are already looking into it, but I reckon they could use a couple more hands.
Got it. On our way.
The earthquakes in question, they come from Adamantoise. Oh boy. We are so not going to be dealing with that right now. Anyway, next time we actually will be doing some side quests in Altissia. Even though we went and took a tour around Altissia, we're going to get some side quests done in Part 61. See you guys next time.